I'm Olivera. My real name is Katrina Julakko, and I live in Finland, here in a town called Espoo, which is right next to our capital, Helsinki. And I actually just moved a couple months ago to a new apartment. I have a little garden, and they can only have this cute little humming noise sometimes when they're like sleeping, but that's really, you have to listen very carefully that you can actually hear. Her name is Tuuheli.
Hi!
Which
You're so cute.
She's very fluffy, and she doesn't really look like a bunny.
You're so
I mean,
sweet. Hello.
Sometimes she's more like a dog.
Say, how old were you when you started wanting to make music? How old were you? Were you young?
I was 11 when I wrote my first song. So I was a child. I was actually singing at a choir back in the days, and that was really fun. But yeah, I was very young when I started singing. I started singing basically around the same time I started speaking. So when I was like two years old, and yeah, it all started with the singing thing. Then I just felt like, well, I don't want to be singing just songs written by other people. So I started making my own little songs, and I think it gave me comfort. I was a very dramatic child, and just feeling a lot and crying a lot and everything, and singing and making my own little songs gave me comfort, and are like a way to express those feelings for a little girl. I've never heard that name before, but I was like 18 or something, and we walked by this one restaurant that was called Olivera. I was in Spain or something, and then I was just thinking that, hey, that's a pretty name, and maybe if I have a daughter someday, I'm gonna name her Olivera, but I haven't had a daughter yet. So then when I started this whole artist project, I started thinking about an artist name, and I really wanted to be separate from my real name, because I think that's really important for me, that somehow I can, like, sometimes when I need to, I can leave Olivera behind. I can like put Olivera to sleep and then do some other stuff that is not part of the job thing, even though it's totally more than just a job, obviously. But the most used word to describe my music has always been delightful, at least so far. I think my first EP was very sparkly and delightful, and like this like surrounded by cotton candies and that sort of images, but now I feel like I have started to move to a bit I don't know, darker or like more melancholic way, and that's maybe more the way I see myself. I love fall and I love spring, and I'm okay with winter, but for some reason summer, when everybody is supposed to be so happy and delightful and listening to my first EP kind of sound.
Any advice you've gotten as an artist that you want to share, or anything you'd give to maybe somebody that's 15 or 16 going through something? Would you give them advice on music or anything like that to help?
I wrote something very clever here.
I love it.
Yeah, I've written this sentence. It's like, focus on doing, not being. Like not being someone or being something. And also don't spend too much time on social media. It's so easy to be connected with people nowadays. We have all of these machines around and everything, and yet at the same time we are more lonely than ever. People have less close friends than ever, and it's like what is happening? It's like, I think, you know, sometimes there are feelings and things happening that words are just not enough to explain or to help people. And I think art, in, you know, any art like dance or music or theater or whatever, can like catch you from there. And that's what music is really me, for me personally, because I'm also a very neurotic person. I try to control everything, and when I get anxious, that thing in me got stronger, and I just and you know, it's impossible. You can't control really anything in life. So I think music, and when I'm playing, and when I'm writing or singing or playing with my band, I kind of get out of that spiral. You know, it's like this loop in my head that I try to do everything perfectly, but when I'm with music, I kind of get rid of all that. And that's what I think music is for many people, that you can, you know, you can go with the flow. You can just like lose yourself for a moment when you're like running or just laying on your bed and listening to your favorite music. Just that you can somehow lose your person, yourself, for a little while, and just, you know, like this feeling when you're in a concert singing with thousands of other people. And that's what I'm dreaming of, that I can like I can be the one to lead these people sing together. And I mean, obviously I would like to grow as an artist. Obviously I would like to, you know, nobody wants to get smaller. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know, maybe Justin Bieber might have wanted to get a bit less known at some point. But in my case, I would like to do a bit bigger shows, you know, like have a couple hundred people or something at least, and just I just hope that I never lose that connection to my fans. I'm very proud of the fact that I have actually, that I have made a living out of my own music, and I'm actually a singer. I became a singer, even if things never like explode. So I think my biggest like things I'm looking forward are playing bigger shows and just, you know, to grow, but not too fast. And that has actually been like a gift for me, because obviously I've felt like many times there have been this moment when I'm like, oh, I think this is gonna be the thing. This is gonna be the huge moment for me when everybody's get to know me. But that has never happened like boom, anything like that. It's always been very small growth. Like always when I release new music, there's always at least a few new people like coming to me like, hey, I just found your music, and I you know, like saying very personal stuff for me and stuff. But I think that I have been even a bit lucky in that case, that nothing huge happened with my first single or something, because I would have not been ready for that when I was 20 or something, 21. So now I'm a bit older, and I'm ready to take it. If like huge success comes someday, I think I'm prepared to that somehow, if that's even possible. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with my life. I'm Olivera. My new single Tomorrows is out now